your consensus master plan that you have with the Ohio School Facilities Commission. And you can see at the bottom that you have your total project cost. It illustrates your co-funded project amounts and then the project agreement LFI. Now there's a lot of papers that are behind this master plan summary that you probably haven't seen in the past, and those are just supporting documentation to the master plan summary numbers to show you how those numbers are broken down in between construction dollars and non-construction dollars. And we have gone through all those numbers, and they do total to the front of that page.
For the benefit of those that are watching that don't know what LFIs are, would you make sure that you...
Okay, back up under Section 3 on the master plan summary. The project LFI stands for locally funded initiative, and that's an amount that the district would locally fund, and it does not have any state co-funded dollars associated with it. And under the co-funded project, the $55,443,850 is the co-funded project amount, meaning that those dollars are both state and local share added together. Okay. Under Section 4, this is the bracketing forms and the summary of the renovation review. Basically, this is the POR that Architectural Vision Group reviewed with you in detail at the last board meeting. And so they went over all the program areas and basically all the square footages associated with those areas and how we get to the total gross square footage for this project, which is the 287,361.
Terry, just a quick question. Under the project agreement LFI section, where you're required to submit this as the preliminary phase, if there are any district adjustments in any type of major construction phase that might result from private funds, does that need to be submitted as well, or is that treated separately?
It's treated, it won't show up on the master plan summary. There's another section in here for other locally funded initiatives, and we would add it to that section at the time it would become known to you.
Okay.
Under Section 5, Construction's Manager's Design Manual Compliance Comments. For the purposes of a program of requirements, we put our comments right on Architectural Vision Group's POR bracketing, which is the document that was under Section 4. However, when we get to the schematic design and the design development and the construction documents, we will be creating a, that's why the book gets bigger. We create a checklist that's probably 1 inch to 1.5 inches, where we are obligated by the Ohio School Facilities Commission to take Architectural Vision Group's drawings and check every space against the design manual to make sure that the district is getting everything they're supposed to get and that it's in compliance with the state's manual. So we're checking things to make sure you have the appropriate number of casework, that you have pencil sharpeners. There's a lot of detail, and so the document's really thick. Under Section 6, we have a section there for schedule, and today we have the design and construction phase, just an overall schedule which mirrors what John showed previously up on the PowerPoint. We are still looking at an early site package for the main building in the spring of '08. We're looking for building construction to start in late 2008 and the overall project completion of August 2011. And so once again, as we get into further phases of design, this schedule will also start to show a lot more activities. Under Section 7, that's a variance request section. And at this time, Elyria School District has no variances that they have requested the OSFC consider. And what a variance would be is if you wanted to do something on your project that wasn't in compliance with the design manual, sometimes the OSFC will take a look at that and agree to co-fund that. And sometimes they won't. But this is a section that allows us to do that if we needed to. Under Section 8, this is the budget section, and under the program of requirements, this is pretty much just an affirmation of your master plan summary budget. And the overall master plan summary, as we show the $57,171,243, reminding us that that includes the project LFI of $1,727,393. Then Holly, to your question, the other LFIs total $8,143,000. Oh, and there is a new sheet.
We have revisioned that.
Okay. Okay. There's a new sheet that's going to go in your book because we didn't have the asbestos and demolition in the number, and we needed to do that. I wanted to make sure the total matched the master plan summary. Okay. So that new sheet will mirror the numbers that we're showing on the PowerPoint. Okay. Under Section 9, which are locally funded initiatives, this is the area where we talk about those other LFIs. And the first part of that section is a memorandum of understanding, which is from the Ohio School Facilities Commission, which kind of gives you the definition of LFIs. And if you turn kind of 3 or 4 pages back from that, you'll see that there is a form agreement that we need to start identifying LFIs associated with the project. And so to date, the ones that we have listed include your land acquisition, your auditorium, dollars that are in there for premium flooring, the auxiliary gym bleachers, and we also identify we still identify the project agreement LFI. And there's also a place in here that we have to identify where that source of funding is coming from. And then when we get into final phases in the construction documents, the district will need to confirm that we'll need to confirm the funding sources. And that is a document that your superintendent and your treasurer need to sign, and is something that you will resolve for them to be able to do this evening as well. Then the last item is a site evaluation submittal checklist under Section 10. And this is really a document that is prepared by Architectural Vision Group and is not something that you're going to see until design development. And so we just have a placeholder in here for it this evening. And that concludes the phase submission book. Are there any questions?
I just had one question under Section 4. I am looking under the physical education spaces. Has the adjustment been made? I still see the student locker rooms at 5, and there was the discussion and brought forward about 4 locker rooms and the 5th locker room being made into 2 equal team meeting spaces. Has that been reflected in the POR?
I would have to ask Architectural Vision Group to answer that.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
That was discussed with the administration, and it'll show up in the schematic design phase when we do the design. We thought that we can leave this over here because it is we'll make that 5th one into 2 men and women, you know.
Yeah.
So it'll show up in the design phase as 6 over there.
Okay, because they had said rather than a locker room that they preferred team meeting rooms.
Yeah.
And with 1 less locker room, so I understand it's going to come in the schematic phase.
The schematic
I just
phase.
had a question because I still saw the same number here.
Yeah, the total square footage won't change. It's just how we lay it out, you know.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I think one of the things, too, if I take you back to number 6 here, which is a schedule, that's when, and each successive